Yeah, cause I'm just here to look good for this one, cause I'm not an expert or anything. Hey everybody, I'm Brian Carter. This is Tracy Casimir Cree and Linda Harvey Carter. We are the best at driving results with digital marketing for small businesses. It's awesome. Welcome to the Optymedia podcast.
Welcome to the Optymedia podcast.
Welcome to the Optymedia podcast.
This episode is brought to you by a team of barbershops in the Charleston, South Carolina area. Artistic Hair Creations and Hair du Jour. Yes, Hair du Jour. They cut your hair while pouring soup on your head. These three legendary barbershops in Charleston, South Carolina are ready and waiting to give you a modern South Carolina haircut. Artistic Hair Creations and Hair du Jour. Sometimes it takes 3 hair companies to get you there.
So, hey, welcome. We are having our second in a short series of, or who knows, maybe it'll just keep getting longer and longer, about what benefited our clients the most in 2024 that we might be able to apply and plan to apply in 2025. And last week, Brian chatted a bit about B2B marketing on a few different platforms, ad platforms and such, and lead generation. And so today we are going to talk about kind of how to maximize your return on investment for Amazon ad platform ads and products. And we will talk a little bit about ads, but before we do, there are certain things that you might want to do before you're driving traffic to your product pages to improve your product pages. And so that's kind of what we want to talk about today. And so I thought we'd start with Tracy. Talk to us a little bit about some of the ways that you helped our clients last year to get a little more. Where do you start?
One of the things we did was we worked on A+ content for our clients. A+ content is this sort of rich content that you can put on your page when you're scrolling down the product detail page on Amazon. You'll see down near the bottom, if they've done their job right, images and text and video, stuff that's giving you even more information about the product and enticing you to buy that product.
So enticed.
And I'll tell you, it's worked on me. So we've been doing it. It does work on me. And
how much have you bought, Tracy?
don't share.
We're not going there.
Okay.
Wait, how many deliveries from Amazon a day is okay? Is 7 too many?
So in this content, you can educate customers about features of the product, how to use the product, show illustrations in your books, benefits, why you want this whipped cream whipper, why you need this particular one. And even if they don't need your particular one, we can give them ideas of other products that we sell that might fit the bill. The really cool thing that I love most about A+ content is that it's searchable. It's indexable. So you're not just optimizing for Amazon, you're optimizing for search engines too. So, yeah, everyone needs it. I believe everyone needs it. It's tough for certain clients. If you have really dry, esoteric sort of material, it might be harder to do Um,
To
some
kind of
of the
make
A
it
plus content, you
snazzy?
may not have as much marketing material for them.
Okay. So like, what do you need to get started making A plus content? Because like, don't you already have if you're selling a product on Amazon, don't you already have a description of your product there and a picture of it and stuff?
You do, but
So,
um, when you go into a bookstore, you're flipping through the book, right? And especially if you're buying a kid's book or a recipe book or anything, you're looking to see, does this feel good? Is this what I'm looking for? And that A plus content can fill that bill.
Mm-hmm.
so
Even,
it's,
go ahead.
no, I was finished.
Even with that dry stuff, when you don't have a lot of marketing material, there are ways to get creative with it.
And so I thought that when a lot of people, it's just they put pretty pictures from their brand and stuff, or pictures of their product, being used and stuff.
They do. People
Is that pretty
use,
much it?
no, you could use FAQs about your product, questions that customers in the past have asked, and you can answer them. Um, Warnings, um, how to use the product. There's all kinds of stuff. And the beauty is you asked how it's kind of different from the product description at the top of the page. Um, it's searchable, like I said. It's very visual. You don't have to sit and read this condensed paragraph. And there's more space for stuff that you can't fit in that description. So do a good job with your description and get people intrigued, and they'll keep scrolling down and looking for more information, and they'll come across your A plus stuff. And that could very well be the thing that gets them to buy.
Gets them.
Hmm.
Because that's what we've seen, right? Is that it's actually made a difference if that's like all that the person has done is add it. That
Yeah,
it's helped, it's improved conversion rates.
it has. I I'm I was shocked the first time you told me.
I
I
know.
couldn't believe it. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. And it's not always easy to tell because a lot of times people are doing a lot of different things, or if they have a lot of products or new stuff all the time, it's kind of hard to tell. But we've had a couple clients where it's existing stuff, sort of products they've had for a while, and the only thing that changed, no ad spend even, just improving their page with A plus content
Hmm.
really gave them a big boost in sales. Um, so can you screw up A plus content? Is there such a thing as like bad?
Yes.
So
Like if you put my face on a product, it probably wouldn't sell as well, right? That's probably what you're
Right.
thinking.
yeah, we wouldn't do that. Yeah.
I've seen some bad, I have samples. I don't know, were we going to do video?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
Show us.
I've got some, yeah, I've got some
Not our clients,
winners here.
obviously.
Yeah,
Aren't
not
going to
our
be any
clients.
of the bad ones.
Well, are you going to show the bad ones now?
I can show the bad ones and the good
Well,
ones.
I want us to call it C plus content. So we're gonna show some C plus content delivered to you by um, people that didn't go to school much. Okay.
There's a there are certain things that you want to make sure that you have for your A plus content before you start going in there. And the first client we worked on this with, they it was kind of scattered, but you want to have a plan of what you're going to do. You want to have clear, attractive images. You want easy to read text, so take advantage of the bullet points and the little widgets that Amazon has for you to use.
Hmm.
They're not all super user friendly, but you get around that. Let's see what else.
Can I insert, like,
Can,
it sounds like it gives people kind of an opportunity, almost like a web page designer, to turn their Amazon page more into like the way their website would show it, right? And it's more original.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can totally do that. They encourage having like a banner, like a brand banner above the A+ content for that particular product. Let's see. Oh, and the other thing is when you upload images, you can put in alt text. And alt text, for anyone who isn't familiar, it's sometimes when you're on a page and you hover over an image, little tooltip comes up and tells you something about that image. That is searchable as well. And also, it's just a really good thing to do for people who have sight issues and things like that, or have images turned off in their browser. They can still know what the image is.
Hmm.
So those are important things to think about too. So why don't I pull up this and share it. And there we go. Can you see this all right?
Yeah.
I know the content is tiny, but I took a screenshot of the whole page and I'll scroll through. So this is for a book, or I don't know what it's about. Anyway, I just kind of looked at the description and went, I don't want to read all of that. So I kept going. And I was just clicking around randomly on Amazon to find stuff. This down here where it says from the publisher, this is their A+ content.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
C++.
Now this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
It doesn't
And
really tell me a whole lot, like based on the real rags to riches story of Arabella Huntington. Who's Arabella Huntington?
Don't know.
If I didn't read that big long description at top, maybe because I can't see that well, you know, it's still not telling me enough about the book, but it does tell me it's perfect for fans of The Gilded Age on HBO. I would put that box up top. If you really can't think of anything to do, think about what they're going to see first. If I saw that first, I'd be all over this book.
Hmm.
So that's one. Now this, I would give that one a C. Okay, C+.
C+.
This particular product is a whipped cream whipper.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
There are
And
whipped cream whippers.
they've got good information up here. And if you're looking for a whipped cream whipper, you know what you want.
I do.
For the most part, you want something that whips cream, and you're going down here and you're looking at all of this stuff going, how do I decide which one I need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come down to the A+ content and voila. So they've got a bunch of text here describing
cream cream
a little bigger.
coffee whip.
Yep. And
I like whipped cream on my coffee.
in their
Whip.
A+, you what?
You like whipped cream on your coffee, Linda?
Me too.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Who doesn't?
What a unique lady. Actually, it kind of is. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. It's comparing a couple of the different products that they have that are along the same lines.
I see. Nice layout there.
Yeah.
Here is a module that you can set up, and now I can't do this where I am.
It's not live. Yeah.
if you hover over any of these images, it gives you more text on this side.
Ooh.
So you can do what they're
Ah,
doing here, showing different features on the Whipper and how
got
you can
it.
use it. And then they describe it up here. And they also did a comparison chart.
Wow.
So
This is A++ content.
this
That's
is
crazy.
really good. And trivia, I actually worked on this company's website in like
Um,
2001,
Oh, wow.
like
wow.
forever ago. Yeah. And it was fun. They have a lot of products.
Yeah.
But they're really good products. Not that we're, maybe we can get them to sponsor us. But anyway,
Wow.
Hmm.
Nice.
so the comparison chart, you can put whatever you want here for the comparisons. So for
Ah,
like books, we'll put a little description and compare it to similar books in that publisher's line.
Hmm.
Um,
mhm.
so you can put text here instead of check marks or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I've
then,
seen where we do our live link in there
Mm.
under each of the different options. So it's actually like
yes,
another way to drive business to one of
right.
your other products
Oh, yeah.
if they don't happen to want the one you have. One of the things I was thinking of is that if you're somebody who has as often or is even at risk of one of your items that is similar of going out of stock,
Mm-hmm.
um, having this kind of content will immediately direct them to something that is in stock
Mm.
as
Yes.
well too. So it's kind of a handy thing to kind of stay, a little more live just in case you're running
Yeah.
ads to anything.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows how wonderful Amazon's restocking and factory stocking situation is. It's
Mm.
so
That's
great,
great.
especially before Prime Day.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah.
Can I add, like one of the things I like about this for clients is that you're also kind of defending yourself against your competitors because Amazon's going to show related products from other
Oh, yeah.
companies and things like that. So the more
Yeah.
stuff you've got in here, the more you've diluted kind of their opportunity to steal your potential
Yep.
customers, you know? Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah. So that is the whipped cream whipper.
Wait,
Now
wait, wait.
here, hmm, are you going to buy
And so
that?
that's a,
No, 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 no. Okay, it's probably not playing it. Da 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 da. Okay, I wanted to play Whip It, but it won't. Zoom doesn't always.
oh,
All right, that
dun,
was
dun,
that was me being
dun,
stupid. Continue.
Okay, onward.
But so this comparison chart there, tell me, so you can have the price, you can have, so these things on the side are, you get to pick which things give you the opportunity to put more of your stuff
Yes.
there.
Each of
Okay.
these
And then
things is a
this one is
widget.
almost, okay.
Yeah.
And so what if I'm not good at designing, like I probably wouldn't think to put the three different images there with I'm just not a layout person. What does a person do in
It's
that
a
situation? Is
pretty
it just,
easy interface.
Oh,
ah,
It's if you're someone like me who's built websites for years, it's not so friendly because I'm expecting other things to happen.
mm,
But I think for a beginner, it's pretty straightforward. And I'll show you some creative ways to use it too.
mm,
Each of these parts is a widget like this here, just the picture and the description. And then this is a widget, the three pictures with content. This is a widget. And then the comparison chart is, and then this piece underneath. And you can move them around if you decide you want one above the other and that kind of thing.
Cool. So it's pretty menu driven or template oriented or
Yes.
like that if you're not a
Yeah.
super designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
have
you
your
need
graphic,
images.
you have your graphic designer give you the images. You tell them what you want and you put it up there. And if you don't have a graphic designer, that's where people like us come in, where we can help with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help source some of that imagery. Now, I've seen some stuff where they just have pictures and not a lot of text. Is that, I mean, because don't they say pictures worth a few hundred words or whatever?
Yes. Well, wait until you see. Wait until you see what I found.
100,000 words. A picture's worth 1 million words.
1 million. That's true. This one, I liked the way they took the cover of the book and split it up to frame the content in the middle. And all they did was a picture with text, and the text is reviews. And then they did the comparison chart. And that's pretty simple. That's not bad.
Wait, scroll back down for a second. Okay. Yeah, I've read one of these. I have not read 5 of them. But I like the fact that there's a synopsis there, because then my problem is I'll read it and I'll be like, I think I read that one. And then, so I go, this little quick synopsis would help me not buy the same one again.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Or if you want
like
people to buy it, yeah.
If you like the cleaner, you'll also like
Saint Death.
Yeah. Saint Death. Exactly. Now, this is the one that blew me away. This one.
Okay.
Oh my. Is that
oh my gosh.
No. Can I just say no?
This is F- content.
James
I mean,
book.
yeah, that's crazy, but I guess it's all indexable. Maybe
it's all
No.
indexable. They just posted an excerpt of the book.
But you can get that from the read the sample thing at the top.
Right.
Okay.
I don't think this is useful for anyone.
I don't think so either. I hate to
it looks awful.
make fun of them, but yeah.
It's not good.
Sorry, Jim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jim.
Sorry, James Patterson.
I know you'll be so heartbroken to hear my critique of your...
You can't hear you through all the money that he's got on his
I know.
So, yep.
I'm going to skip to this book down here to show it a comparison to that last book.
Okay.
They did quote
again, I see this.
Yeah.
Testimonials, but see, they took the artwork from the cover.
Yeah.
And you only have certain sizes you can do these images in. And I love the way they just plopped them in there. And even though they're broken up by the white space, I think it's very eye-catching.
It is cool.
No. And it's clean though. It's still clean, and it carries sort of the brand all the way through. So you don't have to worry about, yeah.
Yeah. I love this one.
Yeah.
I love this. And I'm
they got a lot of,
and
they got a fair amount of text in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just nothing like testimonials. Nothing like testimonials and reviews.
And another thing that would be really cool to do, depending on say we're talking about a book, depending on the book, have quotes from the book that are really funny or intriguing or, just to get people a little more excited about buying this book.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one I have is this one. It's for a kid's alarm clock. And I mean, look how many alarm clocks you can get on Amazon,
That's
right?
a lot of waking up. Yeah.
But
too much waking up for me. I'll tell you that.
But look at this. It's, they have little graphics here for heavy sleepers, people with hearing loss. Um, it's got the bright colors for the kids to learn how to tell time. I mean, this is beautiful.
Hmm.
This is probably A plus, A plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those were
really
my
good. Yeah.
samples.
Cool.
Yeah. And I just want to
And
see it.
so
Yeah.
some of the things you need is images, or at least a plan to have somebody create the images or create some graphics for you.
Right.
A sort of plan about what you want to feature, right? A
Right.
little bit of a plan about what you're sticking, which elements you're going to have in there, right? Like
Right.
which of those widgets you want. And
Mm-hmm.
do you advise people to do certain widgets more than others, or to kind of always have one particular widget? Or do you feel like, oh no, can't say anything general like that? It varies product
If
to
you have
product.
more than one product that's related, always do a comparison chart. I think those are really helpful. And otherwise, all of the other widgets, it just depends on how you want to lay out your content. So study the guide that Amazon gives you for the A plus content, and it lists all the widgets and what you can put in and the sizes of the images that can go in.
Oh, no.
Um,
And so,
yeah.
no, go ahead,
Oh,
please.
okay. You can include images, author profiles, Q&As, excerpts, like I said, quotes. The the kind of bummers that I have with A plus content is, well, first of all, it can be a little dull if you have a lot of products. It can be a little click, 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 and and the content builder is a little bit limited in its functionality, like I said. So um, if you're really used to like working with code, you're going to be a little unhappy until you get used to it.
Hmm.
And Amazon can be a little picky. So if you accidentally get a registered trademark little R circle in your copy, they're going to reject that.
Hmm.
Right.
It's it's weird. Um, and sometimes you can't tell what it is on the page that was wrong. So
That
you
they
have to
rejected.
get to their support people and
Yeah.
figure that piece out. But for the most part, that's A plus content.
Wow. I feel like I just
That's very
graduated.
cool.
Like all that A plus content is definitely getting me into Harvard.
Yeah. No, yeah. Don't think so. Don't think
No?
so.
Come
But
on.
so, no, no, but it will sell some products.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we saw, and we've seen it over and over now, too. It's not just in one situation where just by adding that content, you have at 20% right in the short term increase in sales. Now, everything on Amazon runs off of an algorithm. And as one of our clients likes to say, oh, Amazon's just like an inertia engine. You have to be willing to push things along. And it's like the snowball down the hill kind of thing. And for a brand, everything is interconnected. And our goal is always to rise higher and higher in organic rankings and search on Amazon, so you don't have to spend as many dollars driving people there. And over time, you'll start to see an incremental improvement in that searching and then your conversion rate. And like one of our clients, the primary difference without spending an additional ad dollar, they saw an 80% year over year increase Now, they
In
did
what?
A-plus content
In what? In revenue?
in their sales.
Okay.
Yeah, in revenue without increasing ad dollars. And most of it were for back, titles, the things that weren't new. Not brand new stuff, brand new products. So you couldn't go, oh, well, that just did much better, or people were really looking for that this year. It was things that they'd had in their catalog for a long time. Yeah, so it was, really, really cool to see, even though for an ad agency like us, that's not necessarily all that helpful, since a lot of times we get paid based on how much people spend. So, but that's not our goal.
But the client is happy.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
Very,
And to make
and
a whole bunch of cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And then, we've made even more of a boost, and it's something that I think we'll go into a little further when we talk next, when we talk about how to drive more traffic without spending the big bucks from Amazon's brand awareness ads, because they tend to be a little more costly than the product ads. And, but they do drive new people to the brand and to the products. So, and you want that too. So, with ad dollars from other places, you can often do that for a lot less money. But I think the biggest things that you it's sort of a no-brainer to do, right, is A-plus content, optimizing your product descriptions, right? Force from a sales and marketing point of view, right? Not just describe the product or take something from a label and stick that content on there as your product description. So that's the other thing we've done a lot is doing optimizing the product descriptions themselves to make them easier to read, more enjoyable to read, things to encourage sales. And then also beefing up and frequently changing your keyword metadata, because search trends for keywords change, right? They can change season to season. It changes over time. And what was good that you put in there when you put your product on Amazon 2 years ago may not be that helpful now. And one thing that people don't always know is that most people would know that if you sell on Amazon, you get 250 characters, including your sort of spaces between keywords and your little semicolon between your keywords, 250 of them, and that's it. And if you're using any one of the other kinds of services and platforms that push your metadata to Amazon, if it goes over 250, Amazon just doesn't put anything in. It's not like Amazon goes, oh, we'll take care of that. We'll stop at exactly 250, or, oh no, we won't put a half a word in. They just don't populate that field at all. And so more is not better, but it does mean you have to be pretty concise and put it in the order of the most important and most likely and most useful keywords, without repeating anything from the title.
Yeah, because I've worked on a few of those even recently, and there really is an art to it, not just like getting the most you can into those 250 characters, but like not being redundant, but not redundant. Like you don't want to, like you can use one word keywords or 3 word keywords or whatever, but I've seen some people use like the same word over and over and over again, and that you've lost your chance at diversity of a number of different keywords that could trigger people to get to your page. Yeah, and sometimes you really have to know the domain a little bit, right? To know or research the domain a little bit. This is not something that, you know, like people talk about using AI for marketing, but like ChatGPT can't count. So like it doesn't know how many characters it just gave you, for one thing. So there's a lot of tools out there, but it still really needs to be handcrafted.
Handcrafted. That's right.
Handcrafted metadata for your answer.
Yeah.
But so those are things you can do right there on your page that has nothing to do with advertising. But that can make all the difference for your results once you do start driving traffic to that product that you're looking to sell. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, but you guys, I think that's a good place to stop.
Sure.
And then maybe next time we can talk about driving that traffic and talk a little more about Amazon ads and Amazon marketing and advertising, the stores. Why do you want a store? What's it good for?
I think
That
so.
rhymed.
What's
That was
that?
great.
Great
Why do you
idea.
want a store?
Oh, you know
is
what it
good
is?
for?
It was a song. Whoa. What
Whoa.
is it
Good
good for?
Amazon
Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Oh.
That's the song for the day, as well as Whip It. And our episode is sponsored by Publix Club Soda. There's not much in it except for carbonation, but that makes it extremely healthy, right? They don't have the margins to advertise it. That's why we're doing it for free, because we love Publix Club Soda.
I thought my pooping unicorn would be a better sponsor
Do it.
of our podcast.
You have
Do
a
it.
pooping unicorn?
Yeah,
We all need that.
it doesn't have any poop in it right now, but it's a little.
Well,
and then you
refill it with poop
Yeah.
by
fill
all
it,
means.
and then poop comes out of the back. Brought to
Okay.
you by the
What is
pooping
it that-
unicorn.
I want to see a
What is it
sequel
that
where there's
comes out
actually
of the back?
poop.
You, we have to see something come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any brown
People
jelly
wanna-
beans.
Is that what you put in them usually? Okay, that's what I was wondering. It's like, well, wait, what comes out in the back?
little jelly beans, the little
Well,
one.
you can get any color you want. It
You
could
That's
be
could
cute.
because
blue.
it's
I
a
mean,
unicorn.
it's a unicorn.
You're teaching
They
kids to eat poop.
in rainbows. No, they poop rainbows. It's
Okay.
good.
This
That's what
episode was
unicorns
brought to
do.
you by the Flip Twipper. It's the musician's whipped cream whipper. All you do is like this, to Flip Twipper.
All right, I think we're done now.
Okay.
Yeah. Think so. Yeah.
We're so creative.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great, guys. I
Right.
appreciate that. That was very valuable information. I enjoyed the C+ and the A+ content. And
Yes.
boy, the ROI of A+ content, Linda, that was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Well,
yep.
to everybody out there, stay warm or cool, whatever year it is, or the same temperature if it's great out. We wish you the best with whatever holiday is nearby, and we hope that you and all the people you care about are doing well, and the people you don't care about are also doing well. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
That's actually how I do prayers sometimes, where like we are forced to pray, or we're not forced, but my parents want us to pray and stuff. So I'll usually like throw in a little joke, you know.
That's funny.
God appreciates it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably hears lots of boring prayers.
Yes.
Same old format, same old content.
Oh, yeah. It's like, how many times do I need to hear that our Father? I get it. You know. Switch it up.
Please
Made you
give
guys
me-
creative. Come on.
Please.
Made you creative. Exactly.
I told you to name the animals and you can't even make up a new prayer.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Blaspheming.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Don't put that part in. But yeah.
I have an operations thing I was thinking
Operations.
about.
Okay.